better place. We are smart at what we do to make our world a better place. By the help of God, to make our world a better place. By the help of God, to make our world a better place. Smart do.
Hello students, welcome to our lesson today. I'm hoping that you are fine. Today we are still looking at the Christian approaches to human sexuality, family and marriage. And we are basing on human sexuality. Remember in our last lesson we looked at the effects of irresponsible sexual behavior. We looked at the effects. What does this irresponsible sexual behaviors cause? For example, they cause death, separation of the family, psychological torture, they cause abortion, drop out of school and all those. We looked at some of the irresponsible sexual behaviors. Now, I want us to look at the effects of prostitution. The effects of prostitution. Effects of prostitution. What does prostitution cause to the person? And I learned to understand that prostitution is sex for money. Now, what does this sex for money cause? One is the contraction of HIV and AIDS. HIV and AIDS. Another thing, prostitution. Prostitution withdraws the desire for marriage. In some people, they will never want to get married. Why? Because they don't feel any need of being in marriage. So withdraws the desire for marriage. Withdraws the desire for marriage in the parties involved. Another thing, because the person, for example, is always satisfied and they don't see the desire for having a marriage. Another thing is STIs, because sexual transmitted infections. Because this person, they are meeting different people every time, every second. And now that those are some of the effects of the irresponsible sexual behavior attaching to prostitution. Now, I want us to go to the effects of sexual transmitted diseases. Effects of sexual transmitted diseases. Infections. Let us call them infections. Effects of sexual transmitted infections. For example, the sexual transmitted infection, the HIV and AIDS, the syphilis, the gonorrhea, and all those. What do they cause to a person? One of the things, let us look at the HIV and AIDS. Let us start with the HIV and AIDS. What does the HIV and AIDS cause? One of the things is the HIV and AIDS causes death. Why? Because it does not have cure. Now the person will have to suffer the consequences until the person dies. Another thing causes anger and guilt. The person feels guilty. The person feels guilty of the misbehavior or of the irresponsible sexual behavior that caused them to have HIV and AIDS. Now, it causes, the person will have to incur more finances, has to incur more finances. Financial problems. For example, you need to have medication. The person needs to have special diet, special medication, and all those. So if a person misses to have those, you'll find out that the person will end up doing what? Will end up dying. Another thing that HIV causes, it causes the street children. street children, those children who are deserted without parents, they cannot take care of themselves. What do? The orphans. The orphans who cannot take care of themselves, what do? They end up doing what? Going to the street. Another thing, these children will find out that they go for early employment. They'll go for being employed, to look for jobs, to cater their needs. Another thing is the HIV and AIDS. It will cause construction of other illness. Remember now, this person, the immune system is very weak, and now it is open to all other diseases. Every disease that comes in the person is down. Every disease the person is down. Now the person does what? Will be sickly time after time. That costs the person finances. Another thing, drop out of jobs. HIV, what does the HIV cause? The person will have to drop out of job. Go at home and take care of themselves. For example, at the later stage, the person cannot manage a job. So the person will have to do what? Go back home, withdraw from jobs, and that is another problem. You'll feel like the breadwinners of the family, if they leave their job, it becomes a problem for them to continue doing what? Continue taking care of their families. HIV and AIDS causes so many things. It causes so many things to the society today. Another thing it causes, you find that it causes hatred. It causes hatred. You'll find the person who has been involved, the person who is HIV and AIDS positive, and maybe the person contracted the disease in a means in which, maybe rape, in a means in which the person cannot justify. It causes anger in this person, causes guilt, causes stress. HIV and AIDS causes stress. It is an effect. Psychological torture. It causes stress. You find out that the person cannot manage themselves. Maybe they are withdrawn from the job. The person now feels like it is real and it is true that I'm doing what? I am dying. And now for that, the person will do what? Will feel psychologically tortured. And so forth. So we have so many effects of sexual transmitted infections attached to HIV and AIDS. In our next lesson, we'll continue looking at effects of other sexual transmitted infection. And for that reason, stay safe. Abstain from sexual behaviors. Abstain from irresponsible sexual behaviors. Stay safe until your time comes. God will do His part. And with that, thank you for being my student in this lesson. Have a nice time. Bye.